Welcome, passengers, this is Pandora. Recently, I have been getting more interested in the show Miraculous, and of course, my desire to be a magical girl began tingling. And because I'm an artist, I thought, why not draw myself as if I'm a holder of a miraculous? Now, there are 19 miraculouses that are used in the show. There are technically more in-universe, but I'm talking about the ones that are consistently used in the main show. And, with so many options, I had to pick which power I wanted before I could start drawing. After a bit of thinking, I decided to draw myself with the Mouse Miraculous. I won't lie, most of the reason I chose it was because it has pink in its color palette. But that's not to say I wouldn't enjoy the power of multitude, because it looks really fun to turn into a million tiny versions of myself. Okay, maybe a million would be a bit much, but you get it. Okay, so enough about the decision process. Let's get to the drawing. First of all, the pose took me a really long time to choose, but luckily, this is a speed paint, so it can be done in like 3 seconds for you. I did eventually settle on one, so then I moved on to the face, which is a pretty simple open mouth smile with a wink. It's okay that it's a bit simple because it's not the main point of this drawing. The face is actually pretty small in the final piece, so I should probably finally move on from it. Next, I did the hair, which also took me a while to figure out. I was trying to do a style called a rat tail, I think, but I actually think that works better when most of your hair is short, and then you have the braid, which I would never do for myself, so I did a simple ponytail. One of my favorite parts of this design is that I made my hair bow into mouse ears, because I thought that would be really cute. The first thing I added to the actual suit was gloves. I don't know why I did that first, but they seem kind of important to the few mouse designs we've gotten so far, and I have to start somewhere anyway. Next is the main part that I actually don't know what it would be called. But whatever it is, I made it a V-neck with no sleeves, which may not be my favorite type of clothing, but I thought it would be good design, and technically in-universe, if the design strays away from my personal clothing style, it would be less likely for anyone to recognize me. And this may be an objectively weird choice, but I gave myself a skirt. The reason this may be weird is because, do you see any superheroes fighting in skirts? Yeah, that would be kind of inconvenient to wear in battle. But I did think about this, and I drew shorts underneath it for decency. I could claim cartoon logic, and I just wouldn't flash anyone, but I wanted to add something that would be good to have in real life. Next, I gave myself some thigh-high boots, with some lines to resemble mouse feet. I really don't have anything else to say about the shoes, unlike literally everything else so far. Finally, in the sketch phase, I added the Miraculous itself. I wouldn't be able to transform without it, so it had to be somewhere. And the mouse's weapon, the jump rope, around my neck and waist respectively. During the line art stage, I don't really have much to say about it, but I did realize in the sketch I forgot the superhero mask thing, so I added that in this stage. Oh, now is a good time to mention that in all the canon designs I've seen, the mask replaces the user's glasses, unless it was like actually their item to transform. So even though I really like how my glasses look, I did not draw them on this design to stay lore accurate. Now in the coloring stage, I started by filling the whole thing in my skin tone and colored in the mouth. Really boring steps, so I just kind of glazed past them. Unfortunately, the mouse's main color is gray, which is my least favorite color ever. But I let it slide because I couldn't just decide to not use the main color in the thing I'm drawing. That's like drawing Amethyst from Steven Universe without using the color purple. It just doesn't work. Also, in this case, I'm okay with the gray because it's in combination with the pink, and that is my favorite color. Not to mention the reason I hate gray is mostly because of big ugly buildings, and this design is obviously not one of those. Anyway, after that tangent, I actually used 2 shades of gray, because the real designs do that, and also the one thing I hate more than gray is large areas of one tone. I'm just kidding. I'm being dramatic and stalling for more watch time. Now I finally added the pink, and I know earlier I called the hair a simple ponytail, but I did make it a bright pink, so I guess it's not so simple anymore. Oh, and in the pink layer I added the toe beans to the gloves. I didn't draw the bottom of the shoes, but I imagine there are also toe beans at the bottom of my shoes. But now it's finally time for rendering. I don't have much to yap about, but I was really proud of it this time. For the final touch, I added the mouse's symbol to the background to look like it's like the end of the transformation sequence. And with that, we're done! I personally like it a lot, and I would absolutely love to fight villains looking like this. Speaking of, I need a hero name, and I was thinking Plural Pinky? I don't know if it slides off the tongue really well, but Polymouse and Multi-Mouse are already taken, and I wanted to think of something new, so instead of using the word mouse in the name, I went off the color pink, because I like pink. And I like alliteration, so I used a P word that happens to mean more than one, so the name Plural Pinky was born. If you have any better ideas than that, I'd be open to hear them in the comments. And while you're down there, let me know what miraculous you would have if you could choose. And if you decide to draw it based on my video, you should tag me on Instagram if you decide to post it. I would love to see it, and I'd be very happy that I inspired you. And with that being said, like and subscribe if you made it this far, and I'm curious, if you were in this universe, would you suspect that Plural Pinky is secretly Pandora? Anyway, stay smiling, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye!